All right, types of government. There are a bunch of types of government we're going to be talking about right now. Democracy, republics, monarchies, dictatorships, communist states, oligarchies, theocracies. Boom. Let's move into the first one. A democracy. A democracy, the definition is a system of government by which the whole population or all the eligible members of a state, typically through a election, okay? They elected representatives. So what they're going to do is they're going to vote and determine what they should be having, what they should be doing within this system of government, okay? So a true democracy, everyone who's eligible to vote within the entire country or in the entire state is going to be voting on any matter, okay? Most countries are not true democracies simply because that would take a lot of time and be very problematic. So usually they will vote for individuals to represent them. These individuals who represent them would then vote on every single matter. The pro of a democracy is everyone has a say. If you can vote in a democracy, you can determine what your government is going to do. So you might have some really different views than most people, but you still have a chance to make sure the government hears your views. And if you get enough people to agree with you, you can actually change the government. The cons of a democracy, it is slow. Okay, when everyone's voting on everything, it's going to take some time to cast those votes. It can also be expensive to make sure this happens. The pro, everyone has a say. The con, it takes a lot of time. Next, we're going to move into a republic. A republic is a form of government in which the country is considered a public matter. So everyone in the country is going to be involved in this. And the primary positions of power within a public are not inherited, so you don't get them just because you were born into a family particularly. You weren't born to be the king's son, so you're just going to become the king. But they're going to be inherited or attained either through democracy, oligarchy, or an autocracy. Okay, so we'll talk about these different things in just a second. Okay, so these three different systems, you're going to be gaining. The republic is kind of a subsection of them. The goal of the republic is equality, to make sure that everyone is equal, everyone is treated as an equal individual. We're going to talk about that. Pros and cons, we're not going to worry about for the republic simply because it's going to follow the pros and cons of either a democracy, an oligarchy, or an autocracy. Next, we're going to be talking about a monarchy. Okay, I gotta get my British accent, my horrible British accent right through here. A monarchy is where a single position holds supreme authority in a ruling country, okay? Also, they perform ceremonial duties in embodying the country's national identity. So you have different types of monarchies, okay, throughout the world. Like Bahrain is going to be one type of monarchy, okay, a constitutional monarchy. You're going to have absolute monarchies in some parts of the world. You're going to have kind of ceremonial monarchies like we have with the Queen in England right here, who really doesn't have any actual authority when it comes to making laws for that real matter, but is more of like a figurehead within the UK. Okay, so the official kind of symbol of England is Queen Elizabeth right here. Watch who you call a weak monarch. The pros of a monarchy is stability. You know who your next leader is going to be. The person who's in charge now can really kind of train them so they know what's going on. So when they're no longer a monarch, the next person coming in knows what's happening and might probably be pretty competent and know what's going on. The cons is really easy to abuse. If you know who the next leader is going to be, you can kind of manipulate the situation a little bit, and you're going to be leader regardless, so do whatever you want. That's going to be the con of this. Another pro, though, is you can get stuff done quick because you got one person in charge. They make a decision, boom, it's over and done with. Communism, okay? Hippity-hoppity, a browlish private property. Is a system of social organization which all property is owned by the government and people are receiving things according to their ability and their needs. So the government owns everything. They give you what you need to survive and what you need based upon your individual ability. The pro of communism is everyone is equal, or that at least is the plan of communism. This is often going to be abused in literally every single communist country ever around on Earth. And the cons is personal freedom is non-existent, okay? You are property of the state. What is ever best for the country is what's going to be happening individually for you. So if you don't like that, it kind of stinks. You're out of luck. Dictatorship, okay? An authoritarian form of government characterized by a single leader or a group of leaders with either no party or a super weak party, little mass mobilization, and limited political pluralism. So basically, one person's in charge. You do what that one person is going to be say you do, or else not good things will happen, okay? Joseph Stalin, you can see right here, dictator from the USSR, how to make everyone happy, killed all those being unhappy, which is pretty much what Stalin does, okay? Dictators can really do whatever they want because there's nothing really holding them back. A pro of this, Decisions are made super quick. When you got one person in charge who can do pretty much whatever they want, they get stuff done really super fast. A con of this, human rights are often ignored. If the dictator doesn't like you, boom, you're dead, and there's not real much you can do to stop that, okay? They have pretty much every right within their system of government to do that, so it stinks for you, but that's just life under a dictatorship. An oligarchy is a form of government in which a group of individuals are going to make the decisions. Now, the pros of an oligarchy is power is put in the hand of experts. So the people making these decisions know what they're talking about. So you're not going to have any old yahoo come on in, say, oh, we should do this, and really they have no clue what they're doing. That can cause a lot of problems for a country. Just look around the world, you'll see that happening at times. So the pros, people who know what they're doing are the ones in charge. The cons, they're pretty restrictive for the most part, and they encourage inequality because the people at top really want to do whatever they can to maintain that power. So they're going to be restrictive at a number of times. It encourages inequality. So be better than someone else because then you might be the one with the power. Lastly is a theocracy. It's a form of government which a religious institution is the source from which all authority derives. So this religious institution, they're the ones in charge. Do not challenge that religious institution because they're in charge. Have any authority with that? Your problem is with your God. Now, the pros of this is going to promote a value-driven society. When everyone's aligned around the same religion, you all know what your end goal is, okay? You're trying to have a good moral society and you're focusing on the greater good. Now, the cons, it really stinks if you are not that religion, okay? As the rest in peace grumpy cat can see right here, well, that stinks, okay? Rest in peace grumpy cat. It was good while it lasted. Right through here, it is simply not good if you're not a part of that religion because you're going to lose a lot of rights, potentially be taken advantage of because of that. That is all for now. Questions, comments, put them down below. Otherwise, I will see you later. As always, good luck.